Hello everyone. Today's math challenge is a beautiful math Olympiad question that looks difficult at first, but once you know the trick, then it will be surprisingly easy to solve. Here is the question which says 2 raised to the power of A plus 2 raised to the power of B plus 2 raised to the power of C equals 200. And the task before us says find A, B, and C independently. What does this question mean? Note that every number on the left side here has a base of 2. For example, 2 raised to the power of 1 will give us 2. 2 raised to the power of 2 will give us 4, and the likes. The question is asking us which three powers of 2 add up to exactly 200. Now we have this, let's continue. 2 raised to the power of 3 will give us 8. 2 raised to the power of 4 will give us 16. 2 raised to the power of 5 will give us 32. 2 raised to the power of 6 will give us 64. 2 raised to the power of 7 will give us 128. 2 raised to the power of 8 will give us 256. Now, instead of us guessing randomly, we want to use a systematic method. Now, let's find the largest power of 2 from this list that will fit into 200, which is 2 raised to the power of 8, and 2 raised to the power of 8 will give us 256. The question is, can we use 256, of which the answer is no. Why? Because 256 is already bigger than 200 that we are looking for. So let's move to the next smaller power, which is 2 raised to the power of 7, which is equal to 128. Can we use 128? Our answer is yes, because 128 is less than 200. So let's take 128 first. The next thing is, let's subtract 128 from 200. So 200 minus 128 will give us 72. This means we have already found one of the three numbers. So far, 200 equals 128 plus 72. Since 128 equals 2 raised to the power of 7, our equation becomes 2 raised to the power of 7 plus 72. Now we only need to write 72 as the sum of 2 powers of 2. Now let's break down 72 into powers of 2. Let's take a look at this 72. What is the largest power of 2 that is less than or equal to 72? From our list, 64 works because 2 raised to the power of 6 equals 64. So let's subtract 64 from the 72. So 72 minus 64 will give us 8. Now we have it as 72 equals 64 plus 8. But both of these are powers of 2 because 64 equals 2 raised to the power of 6 and 8 equals 2 raised to the power of 3. So 72 equals 2 raised to the power of 6 plus 2 raised to the power of 3. Now let's put everything together. Earlier we found 200 equals 128 plus 72. Now let's replace the 72, which will give us 200 equals 128 plus 64 plus 8. Finally, let's replace each number with its power of 2, which will give us 200 equals 2 raised to the power of 7 plus 2 raised to the power of 6 plus 2 raised to the power of 3. Now let's compare this with the original equation, which says 2 raised to the power of A plus 2 raised to the power of B plus 2 raised to the power of C equals 200. Therefore, our A equals 7, B equals 6, and C equals 3. Remember, the order of arrangement doesn't matter. You could also write it as A equals 3, B equals 7, and C equals 6, or any other arrangement of 7, 6, and 3. Now let's verify if our A equals 7, B equals 6, and C equals 3. Let's verify. Firstly, 2 raised to the power of 7 equals 128. Next, 2 raised to the power of 6 equals 64. And finally, 2 raised to the power of 3 equals 8. Our equation says 2 raised to the power of A plus 2 raised to the power of B plus 2 raised to the power of C equals 200. Now let's substitute this, which will give us 2 raised to the power of A is 128. 2 raised to the power of B is the 64. 2 raised to the power of C is 8. By the time you add up everything, you get 200. Did you notice that on the left side, we got 200 as our answer, and also on the right side, we were given 200 as our answer. Therefore, the left side is equal to the right side. That means our answer is correct. In summary, A is 7, B is 6, and C is 3. Thank you for watching.